everybody? Welcome back to My Pop Sports. This is Grandy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for checking out the channel, checking out this video. If you guys are returning, welcome back, guys. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend, have a great week. Been pretty busy, just kind of, like I said, just kind of listing on my eBay store and getting orders and shipments out. Notice, just if you guys are wondering, I just been getting a lot of multiple orders, which is a good thing. I've actually put a sale on my eBay stores. Links in the description, both two eBay stores. Make sure you guys check it out. Every little bit helps. But I've done a sale where I think you buy like 4 get 1 free, and just 30% off on specific items and stuff like that. So it's been working. So make sure you guys check it out. But I've been getting a lot of people who've been ordering like 40 or 50 cards, and it takes some time to to pick those out and ship them. But I love them. I love to give people deals, and if they're they're gonna order that amount, obviously I give them a great deal in regards to shipping and all that good stuff. And buy 4 get 1 free. You really can't beat that, especially if it's like $1, $2 cards. You can get one for, you literally get 5 for like maybe $3, less than $1 each card or something like that. So highly recommend. Check it out if you guys get an opportunity. Check out the eBay store. I'll see what I can do for you guys. Always message me on that case. But jump into grading. This is something that a lot of people always ask all the time at shows, in person. They DM me, message me. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen all the content stuff on YouTube, on Instagram, all that stuff. Grading has always been a critical portion of sports cards, collectibles, adding value, all that good stuff. What my thoughts are. I've done videos in the past about this, but let's just talk about right now in 2025 grading, where I am on it, what my thoughts are on that. Remember, this is just my thoughts, right or wrong. This is what I think. This is what I'm gonna do. It's up to you. I would recommend you do what's best for you in regards to grading. If you should grade, shouldn't grade, what cards to grade, all that good stuff. So right now, the grand scheme of thing, grading is still critical in regards to sports cards. Obviously, the top echelon of grading is PSA, right? PSA holds the highest value. They charge the most. They're the most heavily regarded in regards to the grading platform. Whether you agree or not, you can agree, disagree, it doesn't really matter. We all know the value of the PSA grades are always going to be higher, at least currently in 2025. What is it, October now? Okay. Second, I would, it's a coin flip. I guess value-wise, I would say coin flip depending. We're just talking about sports cards, not talking about TCG, by the way, guys. So just sports cards. I would say SGC, Beckett, obviously I would say they're 1 or 2A, 2B. Obviously Beckett, the black label holds the highest value in regards to that, but obviously hard to get that, of course, right? And then I would say the next tier would be like CGC. Then I would go like Tag, all those other groups. I would say they're obviously less tier. And then just the rest after that would be the mom and pop. So let's just focus primarily on the top ones, right? I used to use SGC and PSA. SGC because of the speed and everything in regards to that. They return cards usually within about a month, or they used to, all right? Usually within about a month, about 4 to 5 business week. 4 to 5 business weeks. So within about a month. They've been obviously slowed down in regards to return time. I think they're going to slowly try to get back to where it should be. And we'll see about that. And then PSA, 3-4 months, guys. It is what it is. It was getting better, I want to say, in 2022, 2023. Beginning 2024, return times were good for about two years, I want to say 2.5 years with PSA, especially after the pandemic. If you were here during the pandemic, return times were shit. They actually shut down return times for the longest time, right? But right now, they're getting up to the 3 to 4 months range. At least that's what I've noticed. I'm finally getting one of my bulk submissions back. Literally 3.5 months. So 3.5 months. I haven't even got it in hand yet. It's on its way right now. It's shipped. So FedEx hopefully delivers either tomorrow or sometime this week. At least I'm hoping for in regards to that. I've already looked at my grades, and I'll talk about this too. So grades sucked. The grades were horrible. I got it was a book submission of 25. I want to say 5 of them were Gen Mint. The rest of them were either 9s or 8s. Go figure. And it's been this way probably the last 3 submissions of mine. So keep in mind on that. So PSA is really slow. Beckett's the same. Beckett's I think it's a couple months now. I don't really grade with Beckett, so I wouldn't know. So if anybody knows, go ahead and mention down there if you grade with Beckett. What is the return times? I don't know on that. But from what I heard, they are a few months also on that. So there you guys go. So when it comes to grading, should you grade, should you not grade? Keep those timelines, in mind. It really does affect things, because if you're a person who's, flipping cards and you need speed right away, PSA, if that stuff's going to be there for that long, I'm talking about bulk submission, it's going to really affect the value of your cards. Now, if you want to send in and, to Express and all that stuff to get it within, a couple weeks or whatever, fine, but you're going to pay a handful for that. It's pretty pricey on that, all right? So there you guys go. Keep that in mind in regards to the timing wise, how that affects you. If you're just a reseller, it's going to really affect the value of the cards. If you're a person who is just collecting and it's a PC, who cares, right? At the end of the day, you're keeping that for a long, long time. Then timing doesn't really matter. So then that really shouldn't affect you in regards to, should you grade it or not. If you're grading it and it's a PC, then you should not care about the time. You should just care that you get a good grade and you just want to protect your card at the end of the day. Now, biggest thing about grading cards is I'm actually moving away from it currently. At least 2025 October, probably through the end of the year, maybe in through next year. And the reason being, it doesn't make sense to me for my business aspect. If you guys can see, a lot of my inventory, if you go to my shows or take a look at my inventory online, all that stuff, I don't really carry anything super high end. It's just not my niche, not my forte. A lot of my stuff is mid-tier. I usually carry stuff around each individual card value-wise anywhere between $10 to $70. That's kind of where I am in regards to my inventory on that end. The type of stuff I usually get graded, I used to grade a lot of stuff that are around the $5 to $10 range, because you would grade it for like 15, 18 bucks, and it would add value up to 60, 70 bucks if it comes back a gem mint. Even if it came back a 9, I would be able to probably sell that card for about 30 to 40. I can still make at least about a 5 to 10% profit, okay? Those days are gone. At the end of the day, they are completely gone in regards to grading those type of cards. I don't recommend that unless it's a PC. Grading cards, I wouldn't grade anything, and this is from my experience, anything currently less than $50. I really do believe that, because if you grade anything less than that, you're going to add $20 to a card to grade. Actually, it's more than that now. PSA, if you're going to grade PSA, is like 22 bucks now, plus the shipping, all that stuff. It's just, to me, it's not worth it. If you have a $10 card, you're going to add, let's just say $22 to grade it. So you're already $30-something in to grade that card. If it comes back a 9, you're lucky to even sell it at 30 bucks, guys. You'll see it. Go look at the values. If it comes back a PSA 9, you're actually going to lose money. If it comes back a 10, you might double your price, double your profit. So it's the risk and take. But remember, at the beginning of this video, what did I say? Literally 5 of my 25 cards came back a Gem Mint 10. So it's rare right now. They're cracking down in regards to the amount of Gem Mint 10s they give out. At least that's what I've noticed at the past 5 submissions. I've really noticed that, guys. They're not giving Gem Mint 10s as they used to. If they are to certain people, great, good for them. From my experience, they're not. Maybe I'm not looking at the cards as good, but I'm talking to a lot of people. They say the same thing. So at least that's from our experience, that they're not giving that many 10s. So imagine you're getting a bunch of 9s, right? Is it worth it then? It isn't for me. So it's up to you. You have to decide if it's worth it to risk to try and get that 10. It's great when you get the 10. Don't get me wrong. I've got, this submission that I'm getting back, of those 5 10s, 3 of them are actually going to be able to cover all the I guess you can say, the charges for me to grade it. So yes, it covers that, and everything else is kind of gravy then. But like I just said, if I didn't have those 2-3 specific cards that raw sell for about almost $100, I would have been screwed. I would have ended up losing money on this submission. So I still have 2 more bulk submissions. I'll let you guys know how that one goes. But yeah, that's just to let you know on that. So if you guys are wondering, how do I do things? How do I figure out, should I grade this, should I not? We'll take a look right here. So let's take a look. Here, let me see if I can share my screen with y'all. Let's see if I can share my screen one. All right, here we go. So you guys can see my screen. I'm sharing with you guys right now. As an eBay store, you get this called as the research products. If you guys don't know about it, you should definitely look into that. But this research product thing is actually pretty cool. You can kind of see the last sales of eBay that people actually paid for those sales. Because a lot of times when you go to like 130 point or whatever, they don't show the shipping costs. They don't show the actual items that sold, paid for, shipped, all that good stuff. Sometimes, there's those shill bidders. So that does happen on that. So let's just take Jayden Daniels currently, guys. Jayden Daniels, his Silver Prism. If you want to take a look currently here, let's take a look right now. So for Raw, you can see right here, the last Raw sold for 129. The one before that sold for 86. One before that, 125. One before that, 82. So let's just say this. On average, it's going to be close to about $100. Okay, that's a Raw Jayden Daniels rookie Silver Prism. That's not bad. $100 card. So let's just see what a PSA 10 goes for. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's going to be high. I would assume so, right? PSA 10, which is going to be hard to get. Look at that. You're looking at about $1,000, $1,000. Wow. Look at 900, 1,020. So it's about $1,000. Okay. So $1,000. That's a heck of I guess you can say increase on that, right? So if you take away all the eBay, or not, you take away all the PSA fees, grading fees, all that good stuff, you're going to get a good chunk change if you get a 10. A lot of people just see that. But let's just say a PSA 9. Soon as it drops one number, bam, $120, $50, 133. So on average, you're gonna get about $120 value. Makes you wonder. You literally spent $100 on the card, probably more than $30 to grade it, because remember, depending on the PSA, if they upcharge it and whatnot, how fast you get that stuff run, and all that good stuff. So it really depends. Is it going to be worth it at that end? It gets a little scary, don't you think? Right? That's just my thoughts on that end, because is it worth it to grade the card? Hopefully you do get the 10. It will pay for everything. But like I said, more likely than not, you won't get that 10. So at least my eyes. So then to me, is it worth the risk on that? Keep in mind, you're probably not going to get that card back for at least a month, 2 months, depending on the the service level that you want to take on that too. So you have to add that all together, okay? That's just kind of show you guys on Jayden Daniels' side, just the most current hot guy, the risk and reward factor. If it goes down an 8, I guess you get. I'll just look it up real quick. PSA 8 of the silver. So let's just say if you get that, comes back. Last one sold for $100. One before that, $100. One before that, 89. So you're probably looking about $90. So it's going to be the value of the card. So in that case, it might be worth the risk. It might not be. A lot of people are like, it's definitely worth the risk if you can get $1,000. But like I just said, it's difficult to get a 10, especially with last year. See, people don't realize Prism from last year, quality control was horrible. So to get a Gem Mint PSA 10 on a lot of the Prism for football is really hard, guys. I'm just letting you know on that. There you guys go. So it's up to you. Is it worth the risk or not? To me, if I would have got that card, honestly, I would have probably purchased in a lot. So I would have just sold that raw and be done with it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, well, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I'm also dealing with a lot of headaches. And when I say that, I got to get it. I got to ship it in. I got to send it into PSA, fill out the information, pay the fees to get it graded, wait a couple months to get it back. Making sure, hopefully, I get that 10. Then if I get that 10, what else are you going to do? You have to find a buyer, okay? So it's just a lot of headaches. Or I bought that card in whatever, how I sourced it, and I just literally moved the card for $120, $150, maybe make a 20% profit, and I'm done. And I move on to the next thing. So I already have my profit, I already have my money, I can reinvest it in another card. So instantly, remember that. I do that at card shows, guys. I buy people's stuff for whatever price. I pay at 85% comps, literally come back, sell it at about 95% comps. I made a little bit of money on profit, wash my hands clean, and done. Transaction done within a day. versus I do the grading stuff. It's just, and that's why I'm moving away from it, because it's just time consuming, too much risk. And then sometimes as we all know, the market is super volatile. So imagine if Jayden Daniels, as we saw, got hurt and he's out for a while. What's going to happen is his value tanks, and then all of a sudden, by the time you get the card back after grading, who knows where it's going to be, how much money you might end up actually losing, which sucks. So that's why my case, I'm going to slowly move away from grading. I'll still grade a few things that make sense. And when I say that, I'm talking about older cards, like some really rare Michael Jordan cards, some rare, maybe some Patrick Mahomes cards, or rare, GOATs or Tom Brady cards. I might get those types of stuff graded, or just PC stuff I'll get graded. But other than that, I'm going to slowly moving away in regards to, flipping graded cards. Now, I'll still buy source cards in a lot if it makes sense. If I can get a good deal on like, let's just say 10 slabbed up cards from somebody, and then come back and then flip them at a show or whatever, I'll still do that. But sending in, getting it graded, those days from the pandemic, I feel like is slim to none. It's really difficult, and it's a lot of work, a lot of risk, and to what I'm looking to do, it doesn't make sense for my case. Now, do keep in mind, if you do grade with PSA, this is the cool thing. If you guys haven't noticed, PSA makes offers. So once you get the grades, everything and stuff, PSA makes offer. And I actually done this, so I can talk about this, firsthand experience. So PSA will, depending on the card, if it's a nice card, something they want, they'll actually send an offer, and it's a reasonable offer. Usually it's about 80 to 90% of comps. So if a card was going for, whatever it is, the value of it's $100, they'll usually give you about an 80, 85, dollar offer. It's not bad. I've actually taken, I think on this bulk order, I've actually accepted 4 of their offers. So they offered, out of the 25 cards, they offered 7 offers. I accepted 4. 3, I felt like it were low ball, so I'm going to, have them ship those back. And then I accepted 4 offers, totaling, several $100s, right? And they literally pay you within the week, within like 5 business days. So this is the cool thing. You grade with PSA now. I do recommend you look at those offers. And I know people are like, well, you want to get 100% of comps. Most of us don't ever get 100% of comps, Even if you put it on eBay auction, and that's another option you can do with PSA. You can actually vault it, put it on eBay auction. They can literally list it, ship it for you too. That's another cool option. I'm assuming all this benefits that PSA is giving us is why they're raising the price. I have a feeling about that. It's just a convenience factor. But I accepted the offer. I literally got paid within 5 days. It went into my bank account. No eBay fees, no shipping fees, no having to package anything. So actually kind of convenient. So I may even start doing that a little bit more often. A lot of people don't realize that, but yeah. So PSA do make some decent offers. So if cards you're sending in, I would accept their offer. I would highly recommend it, to really think about it, to have them ship it back to you, because you got to pay for the shipping. You got to wait till you get it in hand. Then you got to sell it yourself, whether you sell it on eBay, whatnot, or at card shows, versus if eBay just pays for you. So at least the higher end stuff, if they give you a good offer, I would accept it, guys. And you do get paid really quick. It really works really well. So firsthand experience, I've done it. At least the first time I've done it, worked really well. They gave me 80, 85% of comps. I took it, done deal. It paid me right away. I've submitted, I think three cards to the eBay vault, so they can just list in the auction for me. I think it's on the process right now. That's actually taking a little bit longer than I thought, but that's going to be on the auction side, so we'll see how that goes. I'll let you guys know. I'm assuming they'll ship it, pay it, and I don't even have to worry about it too, so that's kind of a good thing. So we'll see how that works. I'll let you guys know on that end. For the PS, and that's going to be growing. I think the PSA eBay format, the vault, all that stuff, keep an eye on that. I think that's going to be a growing factor in this, business, guys. I really do feel that way. A lot of people are going to be using that. So there you guys go. My thoughts about grading. Also, if you guys are wanting SGC, I'm actually taking it back from them until they can gain their speed up a little bit. Their values is going down a little bit too. So SGC might be one that if they can get it back to me within a month, I will use them more often. I don't care. Their values is 60, 70% of PSAs. It truly is. It's about 60, 70%. I've noticed in regards to that. But if it gives me like a 10% profit of what I paid for it, I don't care. Because then if I can do that about 100 times, I'm golden, man. I'm not greedy. I'm not looking to get pinch, squeeze every little ounce out of the value of the card. I move it, man. At the end of the day, it's all about speed. And as long as I come in the black versus the red, I'll take that all day long. So that's just me. That's my train of thought. And I just keep moving stuff and just keep it on the daily grind business. So there you guys go. Hopefully I will be using SGC more if they can speed up their return times. PSA, it just doesn't make sense price-wise unless specific cards now for me. Up to you, depending on what your niche is, what kind of collection you have, or what you're looking to grade. I highly would rethink grading anything that's under $50. That's just me personally. You guys decide on that. So there you guys go. Check it out. Check out the PSA, offer thing. It's super cool. I think that's actually a good benefit for us as, flip resellers, all that stuff. I think that's a good thing. So take a look at that. And other than that, man, like I said, that's just me personally. I'm going to move away from grading. You guys let me know. What do you guys think? Are you guys be grading more, grading less? What do you be grading? I just be more selective is what I would recommend. But other than that, there you guys go, man. Just the state of the hobby of grading and all that good stuff. All the other companies, I don't grade with it anymore. Like CGC and stuff. It's just value, time, what people want. That's the thing. Remember, I always say, tailor to your audience. What do they want? Nobody wants CGC. Nobody wants Beckett, really. Honestly, not as much anymore. PSA SGC is what moves for me and my customer base, so that's what I use. So there you go. It depends on you. Like I said, your situation. But other than that, man, let me know what your thoughts are. Am I wrong? Am I right? But I'm just slowly moving away from it. It's still going to be there, still prevalent. But that's just me in a nutshell on that end. So other than that, appreciate you guys. Check out the eBay stores. Don't forget, Denver Card Show coming up at the end of this month. I don't believe I'm going to be able to be there. I think my nephew's going to be taking over my tables, but go stop by and see them. I have a family kind of gathering in Las Vegas, so that same weekend, so I won't be able to be there. But I will be at the December card show for sure. So make sure you guys follow me on that end. Other than that, man, appreciate you guys. Hey, Bears, 2 wins in a row. I know it's a block field goal, but Caleb Williams is getting better and better. That's all I look for. As long as he slowly develops, man, that's all you can ask for. We'll see you there on the bye week. Iowa Hawkeyes, let's not talk about them. That is what it is. But other than that, have a good rest of the week, guys. Till next time, peace.